Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I have shared this in different groups and on Instagram, but I have got these beautiful photos. I went away for the weekend, visit father-in-law in Alnwick, beautiful place. And I went in a little antique shop there and I saw this beautiful wooden box. It's downstairs. I'm not bringing the box up. Maybe I will later. And it had all these glass negatives, and there were 52 of them. And so I turned them into photos. I spent a long time. I was away, and I thought, I know I've had a scanner before that will scan negatives into photos. Anyway, I think that might be in the loft. So I got an app on my phone and just did it. I've got a light box. I just laid them on the light box. Took pictures with the app and it just turned them instantly into photos. So yeah, might have done them the wrong way round. One of the photos, not one of these, this little girl's on the beach and there's a sign behind her, and that's when I realised, oh, they're all the wrong way round. But you wouldn't know, would you? So yeah, I just love it. And they all seem to feature the same people. So a group of people, it's a couple of women, this child, a couple of different men. Some are sometimes they're in uniform. So yeah, I was trying to date it. I think it's Edwardian, looking at the clothes that they're wearing. But yeah, I am just so chuffed with them. They're just beautiful. I love old photos anyway, and of course being into junk journal as well. I'm really loving old photos. So I thought I'd do something. No idea what, but I just thought I'd do something. So I've printed these on photo paper, I think it's 120 GSM paper, not very thick. And so I thought I didn't want them cut. I thought I'd do them rough, a rough edge. I haven't cleaned up the photos or anything like that. I got a friend who's got Photoshop, and I think that if I scan the negatives, I might get a better result inverting them in Photoshop, and then I can clean them up. So I might be popping around to have a little play with her. So I just thought I like this one. I think, what is she thinking about? I mean, I don't know if it's because there is a uniform featured. Sometimes I don't know if it's going off to war. I don't know, really. But they all seem to be taken in the garden. I don't know, they're just having fun, taking snapshots. I don't think they were all on the same day because they're not always wearing the same clothes. But yeah, I don't know if this is the photographer taking his photos. There was the name of someone on the box, and I looked it up, and they were a photographic shop in Newcastle. But I'm wondering, rather than them taking the photos, I've not done that very straight, if that was where they were developed. Don't know. So yeah, fluff that one up lovely. So yeah, I just thought let's have a play and see what we do. I thought I could turn some of them into cabinet cards, and then that would be a nice sort of journaling card. I might cut some and not do them all roughed. I did like sort of a roughy, kind of a rough edge. You know, when I was a nurse and I used to look after the elderly, and some of them, they had their wedding photos. They were just beautiful. Lots of them got married during the wartime when there was rations, so that it wasn't very elaborate. And I've always loved old photos. I used to love looking through my mum's old photos, and I still do. I still do. And you just sort of wonder what they were thinking. What was the occasion? What did they grow up to be? Just beautiful. Big bow in her hair. It's lovely. And this one's lovely. I did try a free app. Well, I did try an app that gave you free, I think it was about 15 free sort of goes, so you could see what the app did. And it colorized them. And this one was colorized. Oh, it's just stunning. And then I just thought, I'm not paying for it. Not paying for it yet. Exhausting other possibilities with it. So, yeah. She is divine. Absolutely divine. There's another one I didn't print that I absolutely love. I think it's a different woman. And that one's absolutely beautiful. Quite like this handsome man. And I just love the way, I mean, I think it's damage to the photo, to the plate. There's damage on the plate of that one, but it gives it such a lovely romantic sort of looking filter that I like it. I think it's really cool. So some of the damage, I think, gives it character. But I will try and clean some of them up. And she's not smiling. She's like, how many photos you gonna take of me? You've already taken 5. Don't want another one. She looks like she's got right mush on her face there. But I remember being that child. Really? I was a bridesmaid. I remember in one of the bridesmaid photos, I've got a right cob on my face. And I kind of remember, it's like, I really don't want to have another photo. I don't want to smile. Enough already. I've smiled for like 3 hours. I was about 3. And it is something that I do vaguely remember. I don't remember much of the day, but I have got the photos to remind me of my aunt and uncle. So, yeah, there we go. Done them all. You could have fast forwarded through all that. I just thought I'd chat. There we go. I like to listen to people chatting. I watch videos whilst I'm making, and it's nice when they're having a little chat. It's like you've got company in it. Well, that's what I think anyway. So there we go. Got some photos. So I think we want to ink around the edges a bit. And then because I've ripped them, we've instantly look old. So if you want to fast through that bit of me inking, do. So I'm just, yeah, I'm loving that. That instantly, it's given a different feel by just putting some ink around it. This would be soft suede that I'm using here. All the inks I use are Stampin' Up. I've got a few Tim Holtzy inks, but I do like the look of soft suede. And it's still a water-based ink, so it works. I read somewhere, somebody saying, you know, what, do you have to get special inks for distressing things? And it's like, no, use what you got. And I could blend in to give it a sort of a sepia look as well, but I like that. That's already given it a bit of a tinge of an old look. That one that I fluffed up, I don't mind. So I might not get around to do something with all of these, but I just thought, let's have a little play. I have shared them quite a bit, and I've had quite a lot of response about these photos, so let's see them in action. There we go. She's lovely. Oh, the ones on the beach are cute as well. I didn't print them. Just thought I'd just print a handful with varying things, and then we'll have a look. So we've got that. So that's, if I'm going to put them on a cabinet card, so I want to mount them on some card. So I want some card that I have tea dyed, I think, which, you know, I kind of labelled some. Oh, I can't find them. Let me find them. There we are. Didn't take long to look. So I've got all this. This is tea dyed card that I've got. They're different qualities. So I think some of it is Stampin' Up! Whisper White, which is a nice smooth card, and some of it will be, I've got some 300 GSM card, which tends to have this sort of effect on it, which actually I quite like. I don't mind it. It looks like the way sort of old paper goes, so I think it's quite nice, but you do get a nice smooth effect there. I think I left these steeping in the tea, stewing in the tea, and then when I laid them out to dry, I kind of overlapped, so I've got these lines in. So very nice effects. A few bubbles, darling. So again, those were laid on top. That'd be where they would soak in the pan. I use a kitty litter, a big kitty litter, so they probably laid a bit like that, dyeing, and then when I laid them out on the table, I'd have laid some like that. So you get different effects. Anyway, I'm going to use one of those and one of these sort of smoother ones. We'll have that. I think they'll make nice cabinet cards. And cabinet cards usually have some really nice sort of the photographer's pattern on the back as well. So I am going to do, so that is, so let's cut it in half. Cut in half again. Cut it in half. I was just suddenly like, what? Yeah. So I think that's quite a decent sized cabinet card there. I need to change my blade. So I'm getting slightly fluffy edges, but for this project, I actually don't mind the fluffy edges. So do that again. So this is UK A4. So cut it in half. I do just shy of 5 7/8 because it's not quite 5. It's not quite 11 3/4. It's just under. So by going just a little smidge under 5 7/8, like about 1 millimetre, that is pretty spot on. And then I cut it in half again there at 2 7/8, and then of course we're 8 1/4 wide, so 4 1/8 gives us our little half there. So there we go. That will do us. Obviously, if you're using different size paper, you will get slightly different sizes, but I think that's cool for these, and then they'll fit quite nicely. Now, what often on the cabinet cards, there's often a bigger space at the bottom for writing something. Sometimes it's got the photographer's name and that on it, and then it's pretty on the back. I'm actually going to get some cabinet cards because I have loads, and then we'll have a little look-see. There we go. So let's have a gander. Put them out of the way. So as you can see, they have a little bit of extra bit at the bottom there, and then these beautiful designs on the back of the photographer, and they are sort of stuck on as well. Some of them have just got simple things on the back. Oh, you're not a cabinet card. Look at her face. Love it. So Barry, you know. So I bought her a photo album, and these photos, lots of these photos. Some of them so that one I bought in an antique shop, as I did that one. So I paid like £1 and £1.50 and £1 for that one, and then these ones were all in a Victorian photo album that I bought, which I was quite chuffed with. I didn't realise they were all photos. I just thought they were the ones that you put, you know, when you buy a frame, it's got a picture in. That's what I thought they were. I saw some in a charity shop in Windsor when we were on holiday, and they wanted loads more for each one. I can't remember what they wanted, like £3. And all they were all lifting on the edges. They weren't as well preserved as these, and it was like, nah. Maybe people in Windsor have that sort of money, but I wasn't going to buy it. No chance. So yes, so I was just seeing that they do have a little bit of space at the bottom, sometimes to write the photographer. And well, most of the time it is St Leonard's on Sea. Don't even know where that is. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to sort of try and copy. You two can go back over there. So that's what I thought. We'd have them on there like that. Might cut some of them down, but they'll be right nice. Nice to have a few men as well. That could be like an engage. I often ask, like, what is the story behind this? Have they just got engaged? That's a sort of picture of two people in love, maybe just got engaged. Very lovely. And there's the man who's took the photo. I could cut one for him. Might cut her down a bit. But yeah, that is my idea. So I might round the corners on some of these cabinet cards. If you look at these, most of them, they've got slightly rounded corners, but the photos are still square. So let me get my corner rounder. And then I want to think about how I might decorate the back. I do have some digitals with cabinet card backs on them. Which I could just stick on the back. But I quite like the idea of stamping something. I haven't scanned these because I've been searching the photographers, because although the photos are well old and it's the photographer I think, is the one that still owns the copyright. And if they've been out of business for X number of years, then they're free from copyright. So I see loads of people use cabinet cards, so I assume they probably are out of copyright, but I don't want to get caught. Really don't want to get caught with that malarkey, so I'm a bit scared. Otherwise, I could just scan those. And that's beautiful. It's a really nice colour match there, actually, isn't it? And that would look really nice on the back. The Studio Royale, or Royal. Prince and Princess of Wales, Duke of Edinburgh. Yeah, anyway. I get lost. I go down a wormhole. So when I looked up the name on the box of I found out all sorts. They'd been in some sort of exhibition in 1870 something, 1880, I can't remember. And so I found a register of that. I found the address of the shop. I found an address of somebody with a similar name. Possibly, you know, living a few doors down. So same street, different number. So whether and it was a widow. So whether that's his widow, I don't know. And so I didn't know if, like, you know, they didn't live in the shop. They lived down the street. Or when she became a widow, she'd have to move out of the business, but didn't want to move too far. These are my thoughts. So I might make some of these a bit smaller. Or I might do something else. I could do some decoration around that. Yeah, could do that. Really not planned. Really not planned at all. Just playing. And I've got, so some cards I've had, they had like, none of these have, but that they have like an embossed sort of stamp on them. I got some of those in my mum's old photos, sort of ones that they've just been given for proof to see if they want them. So they're like embossed. And I've got a couple of leave-in dies that do that sort of thing. And I've just looked up there and I have got a leave-in die that might be quite nice to do with these. It's probably quite boring just watching me do that, but you know, don't know if you like me. I watch at like 1.5 speed often. So I've got this die here, which I've used before, that gives like a lacy print. So I think if I do that on that, she'd sit nicely next to it. That would be lovely. And I do think it might look nicely there with our newly engaged couple. So I might do that on those two. I think that'll be pretty. So that's how it looks cut out. Now I have done one, and I've done some. I thought, oh, I'm waffling a lot, and you're watching me do a lot. So I thought I'd get some done, and then I'm just going to repeat myself. So that's our newly engaged couple there, and I did use my blending brush and went round the edges a little bit there. Added some stamping as though that was the signature. I'll put a number on there, and then because it's holy, I put some tea-dyed paper on the back so it could still be a journaling card. So I'm going to make it with you with this little beauty. So yeah, I thought she sits there nicely like so. That's where I wanted her, so I can then put that on the back there, so you've still got room to write. I haven't covered it all. I did stick that on a little bit wrong, But, oh well, it's not really wrong, it's just different. So not all the holes were visible. I should have moved it up a bit, like a Burke. So I cut this one a little bit smaller so that I'm just going to literally stick it where the photo is, and so you can still see the holes coming through. I think that looks nice. And yeah, and I'm going to do the sort of cabinet card gubbins on there. So I'm going to add that little splodge there that I like, and then from my favourite stamp set, I'm going to use that. So that's what I use to create that sort of illegible signature there. And I took that number there from that one. So bring in a little bit of rough paper there. So I am using soft suede for the sort of writing bit. So I'm just putting it over partially on the the ink pad, and then just put it down like that. Put a little bit more on that one than I did the others. And then I want a little bit of lighter colour for me dottage. My makeshift pen holder there falling over. Dottage, where's the dots? There's the dots. So I'm using Sahara sand for that. And so just sort of like the bit that is going to be sort of visible. I mean, even though this is stained, so you can kind of still see it, you know, there is this sort of effect in the staining. I thought I'd just add some more because I can. And then to isolate the number on this, I'm using my Stampin' Right marker. So this is soft suede Stampin' Right marker. I used my marker in a video not so long ago, and somebody asked what pen did I use. So these are the pens Stampin' Up make that match the ink. So that's a soft suede ink pad, that's a soft suede pen, so it's the same colour. But you can, I mean, you can watercolour with these, and you can draw on your stamps. It's fab. I love them. Got them in every colour because, yeah, that's how I roll. So I just sort of did it there, so I had a bit of a number there, like so. Can you see? A little number there. So I'm going to stick her about there, so we've got a nice little frame there of the colour. So what I did was I put glue on these bits, not that it really matters because I am covering the back, and then I just went round the edges to glue her down. Didn't want a whole gluey mess, and then she forgets. And I've literally just done it and then I forget. So I can do a little bit more on this side because it's got a gap there. So sometimes I don't have the brains I was born with. There we go. I'm not bothered that that's not straight because I don't think they were quite as accurate in Victorian times as they are now. Well, maybe they were, but I tell you, I live in a Victorian house and none of my walls are straight. So they can't be accurate. Well, that's probably age, but oh, I'm not sure that I went over with my blending tool. I'll do it now. Sort of give her a little bit of coloration around the edges there. And then I'm just going to stick this one on the back. I've already inked around it. And I just think These pictures would complement any journal. Just gorgeous. I've been thinking about them a lot because I like to do anything to not think about my fuel bills. Yeah, I'm thinking I might do a journal. Done it again, look. Covered over, never mind. On these people. And sort of, I think she's going to secretarial school. So I bought a vintage shorthand book yesterday. Not that I haven't already got 2 other books, but anyway. And so I thought, oh yeah, I'll shove that in my journal. But how cute are they? So that's really nice. And I've got some vintage postcards. I think I've got one on engagement, or it might be Valentine's, which will go nice with that one. So I'm thinking of telling these people's story. So that is that. We've got room on the back. That can go in a pocket somewhere. I don't know where to put them. And then I thought, oh, let's have some as ordinary cabinet cards. So I've done that one, and I cut this one down to make it a bit smaller because the photo was a bit smaller. But I've done those in exactly the same way. So I'm just going to show you on this one, turn her into a nice cabinet card. So so I don't forget, I'm just going to put some of this round the edges. I mean, the edges of the photo have got this sort of blurred out sort of edging anyway. I don't know if that's the way they were took, if that's the age, my dodgy stamping, not stamping, you know, snapping of the photo, because I did hand hold my camera whilst I did it on the light box, used an app on my phone. But we'll see. Anyway, did the stamping in exactly the same way as I did before. So this one is the smoother dyed edge. This was different card that I used. There we go. I'll have that. I'm not gonna put it on the back. Then we're going to add our, I might actually, I'm just going to huff on that, and I'm just going to use the ink that's already on it. There we go. That worked a treat. So sometimes just like giving it a huff reactivates your ink. Just a slight bit of moisture from your breath works. And then we just stick her on. And that is very quick way of doing that. And I'm sure in your collection you'll have stamps that you could do this with, or you could just even sign it yourself. Do some flowy handwriting, sign it yourself. My handwriting's atrocious, so there was no way I was doing that. It's partly why the thing is, see, if I had lovely handwriting, I'd have no problem filling in my journals with thoughts and stuff. But because my handwriting's so awful, I don't like to spoil it. So there we go. So that's how I made those cabinet cards. And if we just show them with some genuine cabinet cards. See, that looks like somebody's just signed it. See, these don't even have stamping on the bottom. I don't think they're bad. Not bad at all. Quite liking that. So that's that. And then I got this one, which I thought, well, that's not really a cabinet card, isn't it? That's just a snapshot in the back garden. So I thought I'd do that a bit differently. So I did that same with that. That could have been a cabinet card, but anyway, I had a bigger space around it. Didn't want to cut it down. So all I've done is added that little lovely border that I like, again from this same stamp set. There's so many elements in this to give you a nice vintage-esque result. So rather than I was gonna sort of fish out all sorts of lace and nonsense, but I thought, oh, let's just use stamps. Let's just use stamps and see what we get. So that's what I did. So very quickly done. But I am going to decorate one. So don't be thinking I've seen it all now. I am going to decorate one. So, oh, hiccup then. Hope it goes away. Oh, that was a one-off. So now we're going to shove a bit of this on. There we go. Go over the other bits as well. Liking that. Right, they're not inked. So let's ink round that. I've got a whole pack of these sponge ends. Can I find them? Nope. And I didn't. It's not like in my mass cleaning up I've found a space for them. I actually mislaid them prior to that. Put them somewhere where I thought, oh, that's a good place. Yeah, obviously it wasn't a good place because I can't remember where I put them. So, there we go. So there's that. We just need to give her a little bit of, because it's quite a white sky there. Bring it down. There we go. There we go. So I just stick that on, and that's how I did that version. So we've got that one, that a little bit plainer, and then we've got the ones with the fancy sort of lacy bit. So I want to go all out and decorate one, and I like her, love her, love her, love her, love her. So I have pulled out my little travel box of stuff. I have this packed for when I'm going places. So that's labels. So I'm going to pick out a label, I think, for her. Oh, maybe a little Sam, because she might be going to school soon and learning Sams. Love it. I want a little ticket. I'm going to go and I'm going to get, I might do there, that says 1898. I actually think these date a little bit later than that. I think they're nearer in the 1910s, to be fair. I did a little bit of research on the fashions. There's a guy in a uniform, so I'm thinking that they may actually, oh, there's one that says 12. Might have that. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's nearer the First World War. Don't know. That was just thoughts of mine. Right, let's get me little fussy cuts. Find what I've got. Fancy a bit of lace as well. So, pretty butterfly, because I'm going for, I think, this beautiful turquoisey one. So that goes nicely with that label there. Yep. Be nice. What we got here? We've got all sorts of elements in here. I do like my ruler. Ruler and numbers like that. Right, I want something else to go behind it. We got a green ticket. These are my greeny tickets. There's those tickets and those tickets. I've got greeny postage stamps. I have colour coordinated some postage stamps. So what do we want? Oh, there. Number 4. Liking that. I'm wanting, I think I'm wanting something floral behind, because she's in the garden. So got these I made the other day. Now I want colour. Floral, but with some colour. Now, where have I put my florals? Not one colour. Not sure if that's a bit big. Big Jez. Big there. Yeah. What else have I got? Do I really need to sort out? Cut out ephemera because I've got loads of it. I'm not necessarily in the right places. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Got like these. Bit of a pansy. What about that one? It's not green, but might have that. Yeah, quite like that. And I want a doily. I do want a doily. Right, shove these away. Let's pull out a doily. Oh, that's a good colour, isn't it, to go with those? Oh, and look, got one already cut up a bit. That one I've obviously dyed. So yeah, I think I'm liking that, and I just need a bit of cheesecloth behind. Do I want that cheesecloth or that cheesecloth? Well, we'll decide that in a bit. Right, so that is what I'm thinking. So we need to do some inking. What I'm thinking, we'll do some inking. Right, so that's too bright. There, instantly old. Turn that down. There we go. I'm not sure that it's going to make much difference on these leaves because they're quite dark, but it is taking the white bits off. I think this one's already inked. That one's already inked. That one ain't. Got a bit of a hole there. Let's take that out. Cool, I even need my glasses to check which is the smallest hole. There we go. That'll do. Da-da-da. Get rid of those white edges. That'll do, I think that. So, well, go around the edge on here. I was just checking I was still filming. Wasn't sure if I might have run out of battery. Don't know how long I've been. "23 minutes. That's on top of what I did yesterday because this is the next day. Hope you're still with me. There we go. So I might do a bit of stamping in the background. Let's have a bit of this. So the stamping gives texture. Which I like. We'll have a bit of that. I think that'll do. Right. I think I might go for this one because of our pink there. So let's just cut a bit of this off. And then we'll rough our edges up. Yep, I'll have that there. So I'm going to use a glue stick. And then that sort of holds it in place, and then everything else is stuck on top. There we go, where's my little spreader? There we go, we're going to stick that down the side there. I want that over a little bit. Yep. So I want this to be about there. I'm actually going to stick the bottom of this to it, so I know where to put it. Yeah. Most of that's covered. But it's there, we can see it at the top. And little threads at the bottom, which is fine. So we'll do that, that. And we got these two. And there. It's like a bus ticket to school. Not that she'd be catching a bus, would she? And then we got that one over there. Yep. That's what we're doing. Watch me forget now. So there she's done. And I just, what I've just thought of there is, like, I'm seeing all over Facebook all my friends, their, you know, kids' first day at school. And the fact that this date is in September, it's a little bit later in September for it to be first day at school. But, and maybe that's why she doesn't look very happy. I don't want to go to school, I want to stay home and play with my doll, and you're sending me to school. So, yeah, so there she is. So that's a nice little journaling card. Let's bring the others in. And there we are. That's my first little doings with my beautiful photos. I'll sort him out laters. So there we are. Just a few different ways of using them. So I just love it. I am so happy with these pictures that I found. They're just amazing. So yeah, that's my first project done with them. Hope you like that. Hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm doing. I will bring you some more things with these photos. I have definitely got a story formulating. If you've got any ideas for these people, just share in the comments below, and I might incorporate them in their story. And I'm sort of looking forward to exploring that and making a journal with them. Okay, bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share, etc. Thanks for joining me. Bye.